Ever since I was a kid, I loved watching survival shows, and I always wondered, could I do that?
There's only one way to find out. So here I am, deep in the US wilderness.
But I'm not alone. I'm with the world's best survivalist, Jordan Jonas, who won the TV show Alone and told crazy survival stories on Joe Rogan. My mission is to learn how to survive from Jordan and do it on my own for 48 hours while we go from here to an abandoned airstrip 30 miles away through thick and rough wilderness. All this while there's an immense heat wave going on.
It's so hard. The thoughts just keep ruminating. You can't do this.
So, Jordan, what's the plan for today?
Well, today we're gonna try to get up to a high mountain lake up there. This is one I've never been to. I'm really excited to get to it. And we're gonna work on fishing, on building fire, and just a bunch of the basic skills that you need to survive out here. So the goal will be to teach Alex all the necessary skills so that on the second half of our journey, he can provide for himself while he's out here.
One question I know everyone's gonna be asking is, why the hell do we have llamas?
Llamas are awesome animals out in the wilderness because they don't damage the trail much. They're really chill. You don't have to bring a lot of food for them, and they pack our gear.
So this here is Emma, because it reminds me of hairy Emma, and behind is Noah, my two trusty llamas.
Once we get underway, I am literally on cloud 9. I'm living the reality of my childhood heroes. Is this how Bear Grylls feels when he's out here? My dream is finally happening, and I'm sharing it with arguably the best survivalist in the world.
Some parts of this are extremely overgrown. I love it though. You really feel like you're in the wilderness straight away. We found our first huckleberry. I've never had one of these before. I definitely wouldn't be trying this if I didn't know from Jordan it was safe. Oh wow. We have now reached the point where we are going to leave the llamas here to feed for the night, and we are heading up into the mountains where there's a couple of lakes where I'm going to be learning my first set of skills.
Getting down this terrain is too steep and dangerous for llamas. So can you imagine how hard it is for me, aka Mr. No Preparation, with a huge bag weighing me down?
These are the things you have to do to get to the places nobody goes.
Yeah. There's a reason no one comes here.
And to make matters even worse, we're in the middle of an intense heat wave in the area where hikers have even died. Whatever happens, I need to get through this 8-mile course of terror just to get to our first camping spot.
Day one is so much harder than I ever could have imagined day one to be. I can't really think about that there's 4.5 more days.
I knew before going on this survival adventure that it was going to be hard, but I could never have expected to be so exhausted already after day one. I was constantly craving water, and my legs were burning more intensely than I've ever felt before. But quitting here in the wilderness means certain death, so I have to keep fighting those inner voices and keep going.
Look at that oasis. So what's next?
So now we're gonna get a fire built.
While Jordan was teaching me how to build a fire, I felt intense joy. There's just something so primal and fulfilling about being able to build a fire by yourself.
Keep adding stuff on top.
And with Jordan's help, I succeeded at my first survival test. Fishing, on the other hand, was a different story.
I'll take that.
Punk.
I'm trying to fish with no luck. We're about to have some nettle tea, which is apparently good for lots of vitamin C. Have some dinner and have a nice, well-earned early night. It's a very early start today. We are making our way back to the llamas. It's gonna take probably about 5 hours, judging on yesterday. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And then we're gonna start basically the 30-mile hike down. And we're off again with my trusty crew.
Oh, these llamas are so amazing. They really made this trip somewhat bearable by helping carry our stuff. But on the other hand, they're very easy prey for predators like grizzly bears that roam these mountainsides, so we have to keep our guard up at all times.
What's happening?
Well, we smell a strong scent of a dead animal, so there must be a fresh kill around here somewhere.
As we came in, we disturbed a huge bird that must have been feasting. So Jordan's grabbed his gun and he's looking. He said there's a chance we might see a big predator eating. Jordan's just called me and told me in a very hurried tone, bring his axe. So let's go see what he wants. What is it?
There's a dead bear up here. I don't know what killed it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
A dead bear?
Yeah. Check it out.
I hate to think of what killed a bear. The smell is so strong right now. That's rough. What the fuck? What could have killed it?
I don't know, it's a young bear. Could have been killed by a bigger bear. Who knows, man? I'd have to investigate more, but he's pretty fly-ridden and rotten. And he's just crawling with maggots.
That is one of those experiences that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Let's just hope that we don't come across what killed it.
Obviously, I knew before starting this adventure that there are predators out here that have attacked humans many times, but actually seeing a dead bear up close made the threat all too real, especially with the thoughts of my family back home. And to make matters even worse, there are more big potential problems out here, like running out of water during a heat wave.
I am so thirsty and I'm getting really irritable, and Emma keeps walking into the back of me. It's really pissing me off. Stop it. Oh, look at that. Man, I've never been so excited for such simple necessities like this. Oh, that's incredible. How are we doing for time?
We've got about 2 more miles to go to camp, and then that'll set us up for tomorrow with a big push tomorrow.
I like that the biggest day is tomorrow, when that is the day that we'll be handing over and I'll be taking care of my calories.
Exactly.
After failing miserably at my first attempt at catching fish yesterday, it was now time to practice again before I have to fend for myself tomorrow.
So this is it, home, sweet home. We have made it to checkpoint 2 and it means we are on track, but I am feeling very, very defeated because that earlier hike has taken so much energy out of me that I am definitely fearing if we're gonna make it to this plane on time. We are only 1/3 of the way there and we've only got 2 and a bit days to get there, along with trying to survive myself. It's a really big ask and I don't know if I can do it.
The whole idea of this video is on the line. Me surviving on my own for 2 days out in the wilderness. But at this moment, I just can't think straight. So I decide to ask Jordan for his expert opinion.
So considering the difficulty of the journey we're on, in my professional opinion, you might consider, you know, reconsider this a little bit and to think about something that might be more manageable.
I'm feeling pretty heartbroken right now because at the end of the day, I know that Jordan's right. And if someone like Jordan is telling you that it's a bit too much, then I should be listening to him. But I had it so much in my head that I was gonna do 48 hours surviving by myself. And doing 24 hours would still be such an achievement, but it feels like a failure. I find it really hard to let go when I have things like this in my mind.
I don't have time to sulk, as our next day is the hardest by far. We have to hike 10 miles if we want to make it to the plane on time, and if we don't, we're stranded here with no more resources. And the cherry on top, it's about 100 degrees out here today.
Feeling pretty lightheaded at the moment. Just don't have the energy to keep up with Jordan. Oh, every step is getting a little bit harder. Every time I think we're going downhill on the final stretch to the river, it just goes back up again. I'm begging for that final descent. I don't think I could have done surviving myself today with this walk, so thank you.
The immense heat combined with the hiking is really starting to break me down. If I can barely make it today, how am I going to survive on my own tomorrow? I need water and food desperately, and I'm honestly starting to doubt myself. Can I even do this?
I'm already way beyond my limits. I'm just taking these little blueberries as I see them for some kind of juice.
After a grueling 10-mile hike taking all day, we finally make it to the river, and I literally cannot think anymore. Surviving by myself tomorrow is a problem for future Alex, because right now I just need to rest and fuel my body.
We made it another night. I'm up first, and all tasks are mine today. So the first one is to get the fire started, and then trying to find some breakfast. There's so much dew this morning, and there hasn't been on any other mornings where I've been learning, and it is exhausting. Let's try this again. Oh, that was hard.
Well done.
Yes. Next job, gonna try and catch breakfast. So I'm putting a little fisherman's knot around this. Should stay on. I've also attached some line. I've got my hook. Voila. I'm ready to fish. That is heartbreaking. I had such a big guy on the line. That fish was the biggest one I've seen on this whole trip so far, by about 3 times the size. That would have kept me going all day, no problem. I'm now foraging for berries instead. Oh, hello. I just need 10,000 more. What's the plan today?
So the plan today is to get to the airstrip. We got about 7+7-8 miles, but it's gonna be 90, 100 degrees today, so we're gonna be cooking.
It is easily the hottest day so far, and it seems like the best time to try and survive off my own accord. take whatever chance I can today to grab any berries, things I find along the way, see if it'll keep me going. We've just come across this beautiful fishing spot, so we're going to head down there. I'm going to try again. I can already see some fish from up here, so fingers crossed I can have some lunch. Over the last number of days, Jordan has taught me the best places to cast your line, and I'm currently scouting out where I think it's going to be. He said usually you should look for where the water is flowing, and then when you can kind of see it sort of stopped and pulled, so kind of around here or up there on those rocks. There's so many of them, but they just will not bite, and they're so big. I wasn't hungry when I was fishing, but the second I stopped, I got super hungry. So I have just found a jackpot of berry trees, so I am picking lots for the journey. These things are so tasty. And these are all berries here. So many. But I must have eaten in the hundreds already so far. The bluer the better. Yes! Yes! Woohoo!
I'm living my childhood dream, yet I'm so overwhelmed with negative emotions at this point. I feel like I'm failing Jordan, and more importantly, feel like I'm failing myself. How could I think that I could do this after just a few days training? Is it just me being incapable of surviving, or am I overlooking something, as the brutal inner dialogue is all-consuming?
Today has been another 10-mile hike in the blistering heat. Feels like it's getting hotter every day. We are only about a mile now from the airstrip, and you would think I would be relieved, but all my brain keeps thinking about is that I need food. I can't keep eating berries. I need something bigger soon. I'm praying that I catch a fish next. We have made it. I am on the airstrip right now, and this is where we're going to be camping tonight, ready for my early morning flight tomorrow. And I really thought I would be feeling happier, but even this final stretch walking along the airstrip is taking it all out of me. I haven't been able to keep up with Jordan this whole time, especially today. We did it, man.
We did it! Yeah, well done.
Oh, couldn't have done it without you. You're a hero.
Well done, that was awesome.
Now I've got the small order of catching some fish for dinner.
Yeah, I bet you're hungry.
So hungry. So far no good. It is getting dark. I'm feeling a bit demoralised, but I haven't got this far to give up.
This might not look long to you, but I was fishing for 2 hours straight. The river was so fast that it was an effort just to stay stood up. The water was so cold that eventually I had to scramble to this rock just to get some respite. I can't explain how much I wanted to catch a fish.
I'm not gonna lie, I am heartbroken how this turned out. and I really tried until I just couldn't try anymore. My feet were hurting from being in the cold water for so long. I then started to feel very low on energy and was even worried I could make it back past the fast moving river. And the truth is, this is just really hard. I think the thing that's really bothering me is that it's not about the hunger. That's fine, you can endure that. It's just the feeling of failure. Like, I failed doing what I set out to do, and that is a humbling experience. Hey guys, good to see you. I tried my hardest. I tried for ages. But
it took me 2 weeks to catch my first fish on alone.
really?
Yeah, sometimes it just happens.
As I was getting ready for bed underneath the stars for the last time, the hunger was nothing compared to the disappointment I felt. To have tried my absolute hardest at something and failed is not something I've experienced before. This adventure has shown me that I am in fact not my childhood hero. Alone with my thoughts one last time, I came to realize that success without failure is just luck. And I had achieved what I set out to do, and that was to survive.
Good night, guys. I survived the night, which means I survived. And although I didn't thrive, and I'm disappointed I didn't get to catch my fish and eat well, and I haven't eaten for 36 hours, I'm so happy, and I can hear the sound of the plane. It's coming.
While the plane was approaching the airstrip, I reflected on the past few days and realized that this is just the beginning for me. This video was the hardest one I've ever made.
Jesus.
But in turn was the most fulfilling one as well.
We made it.
What a day.
Well done.
While I'm so happy to be going back to Emma and Noah and enjoying all the luxuries of our cushioned life in modern society, I also can't wait to get back into the wild and step by step become my own version of my childhood heroes. For myself,
Cheers.
and more importantly, for my son Noah.
I can't believe it. It's happening. I've made it. The plane is here. What a journey. Thank you so much for coming along. Hit subscribe and like if you liked the video. Let me know, would you do anything like this? And check out Jordan's website in the description below and mention Travel Beans for 5% discount.